Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to give you some solid tips to be in a way where you can get calls for much cheaper, right? It's what you guys want, right? Alright, let's begin. So this is a structure that I started following not too long ago, and it's by 3Q Digital. 3Q Digital, and it's called the Alpha Beta structure. So you can look it up in Google. All this video could be in a way for me to point to them, because they have a really good article. Download the PDF and read through it and understand it. Every page is important. And yeah, I'll just give you my take on this, but they do a much better job at explaining than what I'm going to be doing, especially this is like notes from before that I took by voice text. So we're probably going to have some hiccups during this video in of itself. Without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so right now, you see I have two structures, right? You'd call this whatever you want, but basically winner and tester, alpha, beta, right? Anytime I'm going to do a new test, I'm going to put it here, okay? And I'm going to run it here until it passes a threshold, passes the exam, basically a set goal that I have for the keyword here. And once it starts acing that, then I'm going to graduate him into the alpha campaign. Basically, that means that they're converting, right? I know they're winning words, and I give them my personal attention once they come here. But as you can see, I'm doing much better even compared to like 2 weeks ago, right? Like I was still spending like $25 a call, even like 2 weeks ago about, right? So I've been working on it, and yeah, so now I'm getting more, like as you can see, $10 per click, and this has been really well, recently, because this was actually 3 calls. Out of the 4 clicks, 3 people called, and they were all jobs. All 3 of them turned into jobs. That's not always going to happen. That's not what I sell to my clients. I tell them they're going to get good calls, right? But if they happen to get, high jobs out of it, obviously that's what we all want in the end, right? But the point is, this is a good position to sort of be, because, this is our pay-per-call ads, and the only reason the people shouldn't, only reason you should be getting a lot of clicks, let's put it like that, and not followed by a lot of calls, is because people are, I don't know why, I don't know. It literally means that they are clicking on the ad and it goes to their phone screen. Now they just have to dial it, because Google can't dial the phone number for them. It's a software on their Chrome advisor, a Chrome browser or whatever. They can't just be like calling, it's like starts calling, I guess. It has to come to the dial screen, and then they just have to press dial, right? So one of the people, or if you guys this is happening, that means people are literally clicking on the ad and then not dialing. And I don't know why an asshole would do that, or they're just confused. Like they're just thinking that, oh, if I click this ad, I'm going to go to the website. But then they click it and it just comes down like, oh, what the hell? I thought it was going to go to the website. So they back out of it. I don't know if that's happening, or they're just like dicks, right? Because, yeah, you guys shouldn't be having a high rate of that, especially when the ad has a big ass phone next to it. So they should know it's a call, right? So that's just for you guys to know. Like if you're getting like 10 clicks, it should be followed by 7 calls. Are the calls good? That's a whole another level, right? For you to optimize and get there. But you should be getting about 7 calls, right? And like a 70% call rate out of the clicks. And if you're not, go optimize the basics. Block IPs. Who's clicking on it? Is the same IP clicking on your ads? Is it another roofer who hates the guy who's running his, other competitor who's running the ads? Optimize that shit and get going on that, right? So that's that. That being said, I have like 10 minutes flat to get all this, right? Okay. Let's begin. So the structure looks like this. Anytime you have a keyword, you should put it in broad match modifier. Now, if you don't know what broad match modifier is, it's exactly this. Okay? Plumbers near me. Plumbers in Brooklyn. You see? Putting a plus sign in front of all the ads, right? And I do this for the testing stage, right? What this does is, when people are searching, literally their search have to somewhere include the word plumber, the word in, and the word Brooklyn. So it's not as tight as phrase match, because phrase match is plumber in Brooklyn And that means that sequence has to be correct. Somewhere in that search, that exact sequence has to be there. Plumber in Brooklyn, which is a pretty tight scenario, right? And then exact match is plumber in, why are I typing it out? You know what I mean? Plumber in Brooklyn. Exact match is basically, there's not even any other keywords next to it. It's literally all they wrote in is plumber in Brooklyn, right? Which is like, there's no room to wiggle. Some room to wiggle, not much, because, you know, they can have more words. Plumber in Brooklyn, which does good roofing. I mean, what am I saying? But you know what I mean. Plumber in Brooklyn, which does good whatever, it will still get the phrase match, but still not a lot of room. And then broad will be like jobs with plumbers. Since you have the word plumber, they're looking for jobs with plumber, they'll give you a call. It's fucking insane. Broad is gonna be like, you're gonna be, if you just start with broad for pay per call, you're not gonna last that long because you're gonna waste so much money. You're gonna think that this is bullshit, it doesn't work, I'm a liar, and you're gonna quit, right? So start with broad match, okay? Even if their search term is something with little, it's gonna give you a lot more control than broad, because you're gonna have to have the words plumbers, have to have the words near me. Google can't just take the word plumbers and then run with it and give you all kinds of clicks for anything that has plumbers, get it? So yeah, now that's what you start with. And then once your ads start doing well, you graduate them to the alpha. Now let's go to the next point. Okay, in the alpha campaign, everything should be exact match because these are winners. Okay, so let me explain this. You do the broad match, you do the test. Once they are winning, so let's say for me, plumbers in Brooklyn are winning. I see that they're getting, it's getting exact match searches in the search term list. It's getting calls, it's getting clicks, and it has a good ratio for impressions to clicks, right? Then I start to move it, I graduate it. You know, you have a metric. My metric is in about 4 out of 2, half. When it starts giving, like if it's getting 4 clicks and 2 of them are good calls, I start paying attention to it. So I graduate to the alpha. When that happens, what basically I do is I put it into phrase match or exact match. Everything should be exact match. I sometimes do phrase match, but you know, you can do exact match as well. Basically, I know that plumbers in Brooklyn is a winning keyword. I put it in there in exact, because I know people are typing that in, and then I do super ad relevant for that, right? I build ads, the text and everything in line with that. Now, here's a golden tip that'll blow your mind for ad relevance. You know, you guys are probably sick of getting low ad quality. Guess what? Before, I thought it was like, if you have plumbers in Brooklyn, then you just have to put the ad description, ad text with, you know, something near Brooklyn. You know, we're local plumbers. You know, that says, you know, we're near Brooklyn and everything like that. No, just put the keyword in there. Write a sentence in the description. Are you looking for plumbers in Brooklyn? Your word is plumbers in Brooklyn? Add plumbers in Brooklyn. Put it twice. Put it in the name. I mean, don't go crazy with it, but you get the idea. Whatever the ad group you have, the types of keywords you're doing, make it a small group. Literally put the keyword in there in the ad, okay? Because that's what Google looks at, and then you'll be on your way to get at least a 5, right? Because probably most of you guys are like at a 3 score, which is costing you. You'll be starting with a 5, an average, and going on from there. Because yeah, that's the number 1 tip for the ad relevance. All right, so what else I add? Set it to exact match, and then yeah, once I set it to the alpha, it graduates there. I set it to exact match and phrase match and do higher ad relevance, and now I'm actually, you know, on my way to you know, go the extra mile, which is build subdomains. Okay, so in the ad, everything matters, right? Everything Google looks at. So the description, the title of the ad, and even the URL. So if I know that plumbers in Brooklyn is winning, and my website is like bobsplumber.com or Bob's Plumbing or bobservice.com, let's say, right? The subdomain is going to be brooklynplumbers.bobservice.com. So even in the URL, it tells Google that, for this exact keyword, plumbers in Brooklyn, that this ad is run, they're actually going to a website which starts with plumbers Brooklyn. Get it? Follow me, right? This is huge, right? This is in the URL, and it tells Google that the subdomain is all about this, and they have a much easier time to get ad relevance and landing page experience, right? which are both going to contribute huge to getting lower cost per call. All right, 10 minutes, 5 minutes left. One day I'll pay for this software and we can make long videos with me and screen thing, okay? All right, for keywords to transition from data to alpha, have a threshold. Yeah, so that's have a threshold, okay? You're doing a test, have a threshold. I told you guys for me is half, right? As soon as they're getting 4 clicks and 2 of them are calls, I start looking into graduate them. All right. Oftentimes, wait, did I miss one? For ad relevance, you're going for best booking. Mention the exact keyword sequence. Yeah, I just told you guys that. Oftentimes, school can make a mistake and show ad that is your beta when you already have it as a winner. Sorry guys, I wrote this by voice text, like, you know, yeah. This will make sure Google won't make the most cost money showing that not super. I'm sorry guys, I don't know what that point was. That's in the ether of AdWords, and we're never gonna find out what that meant. To do this, do the following keyword. Oh, this is huge. Okay, another nugget, guys. You guys are probably doing negative keywords, right? You know, so anytime you see that people, you go to the search terms and you see what people are typing before they click on your ad, right? And you see if they're looking for other shit that is not relevant, then you put them in the negative. I hope you guys are already doing that. You guys should already be doing that, right? Optimizing it daily, at least two to three times a week. Check it and see what people are clicking you for. And then if it's not relevant, put it in the negative match. But this is also better, because what can happen is sometimes there's some keywords that are wishy-washy, meaning that, I can't think of it in my head, but you will know when you come across it. They can be, depending on the context of what search term they're putting, they could be a good or bad, right? So, for example, if people are looking for jobs for plumbing and you're doing a plumbing client, they're always bad. You never want people looking for jobs calling you a plumber, right? So you can put that in broad negative keyword. But the ones that are kind of maybe location based, whatever it is, you'll come to a point where like, I don't know if I should put that in negative because that might actually hinder me from getting good calls. That's when you put an exact match negative, right? So a negative exact match where people would have to literally exactly type that in. And if they were to, Google will not show your ads, right? But if they were to come in other forms, other contexts, that's broad or something, they may be allowed. And it can have a chance of future optimization before you, put some more keywords, exact match out before you completely nail that idea out. You understand the sequence I'm going from? This is why the niche matters. Choose one niche, okay? You guys, you can be a pay-per-call for plumbers, roofers and everything. Choose one niche and be very targeted in that, because over time you're going to find the keywords that assholes are typing in before clicking your ad, or people who are just don't know any better, and you're going to be able to make that net a lot tighter, okay? All the holes, you're going to patch it up so only the good calls can filter through, right? And it takes time. So yeah, start using exact match as a negative keyword in the campaign that we're not sure to be put on. Negative keywords that could be associated with. Okay, so this is what I just mentioned to you guys, right? So lastly, guys, one last advice that I just have overall for this, and it's nothing to do with technicalities, but it matters a lot, is the time you take, right? This shit takes time. The biggest way I can see you failing with this is if you go full on just doing AdWords. Whatever you are doing on the side, keep doing it. If you have a part-time job, if you're an SEO, keep doing that shit and getting clients, and work on it with one niche until you're getting calls for one client. Choose a client and tell them, hey, we're going to be working together. Bear with me. I'm going to be, bringing in calls slowly, but you only get the charge for the ones that are, that are legit calls, right? Work with him like that and tell him that don't expect getting 10 calls a week. I'm going to be starting slow. And then work on it over time. Broad match, phrase match, graduate, slowly, optimize, put keywords in a negative. And it's going to slowly, you're going to be growing the net while you have while you're building an asset of negative keyword list, an asset of types of ads that convert, right? And that's what's going to get there. If you jump on this thinking that, oh, AdWords is the newest thing, and then like you go full on it, dump some money and go broad and all this shit, you will quit within 2 weeks. All right, guys? So take those things, go check out 3Key Digital with this structure, and I'll see you guys later because it's 5 seconds left. Peace.